Hey, all you faithful followers. So wanted to get my video out this week. I apologize, it's been a crazy week, so I'm even later than normal getting it out. But wanted to give you an update on last week, and I'll kind of cover from Monday to Monday of this week. And so, like I said, it's been a crazy week, a lot going on, a lot happening, a lot of things to be excited about as well. And so, as I've been talking about, a lot of different areas, well, not a lot, 5 different areas that I'm really focusing on, trying to be faithful and disciplined in this year. And so first one is faith. And so faith, I feel like, is going really well, and actually have something really exciting. I'm doing well with my Bible reading. Prayer is continuing on, as well as my Bible studies. But the really exciting thing that I really wanted to talk about is I just found out this week that I've got just a incredible opportunity. I've been given the opportunity to speak at a men's advance is what it's called. So at my church, Harvest Springs, we do a annual Harvest Men's Advance, and it's a weekend away just as men where we get together and study God's Word and learn and grow in our faith and just spend time together and kind of refresh and come ready to serve our families and our community and our churches and all of that. And I've actually been given the opportunity to speak, and so there's 4 different sessions where we get together, and we usually have a speaker speak at all of them, and I've been given that opportunity. So I'm really excited about that. A little nervous. I'm not necessarily a preacher or anything like that by any means, but I do feel like God's been giving me a message for quite some time, and I've been writing things down, and it kind of just aligned things where this worked out, and so I'm really excited about that. I'll be giving updates as the weeks go on, and it's here actually coming up on March 19th through 21st. So really excited about that opportunity and what God's doing both in me and hopefully through me as well during that weekend. Second thing, family. That's going actually really well in terms of serving and loving Katie. We've actually become very intentional over the last couple weeks about spending time together every day, even if it's just for 20-30 minutes. But we began Love Dare, which is a book, a 40-day devotional together as couples, where there's a dare at the end of every day, and from things from buying a gift for your spouse to something as simple as just calling them the next day and checking if they need anything. And so we've been going through that. It's been going really well. We've also been tacking on to the very end of that, sharing openly and honestly what's going on with our hearts. And so we've had some, to be honest, incredible conversations, though I think kind of our plan was really only about 10 or 15 minutes going through this. I think most nights it goes about 30 to 45 minutes, which is awesome. I just feel like Katie and I are growing closer. I'm learning better and better how to serve her. And it's just been an incredible experience so far. We're also diving into, with another couple, to a couples study, marriage study called Fireproof. It's based around the movie Fireproof, if you've ever seen that. And so I'm really excited about that. The plan is to begin that this upcoming Friday. I've also had some great opportunities to continue to dive in with Lillian and kind of guiding her in her faith. And so I mentioned that we had started reading the Bible with her consistently, her beginner's Bible that we got her for Christmas. And I looked down, and we're halfway through it already. And it has basically all the major stories from the entire Bible. Some of the smaller, minor ones are and I wouldn't call anything minor in the Bible, but the ones that play smaller roles, I would say, in the Bible, maybe more added details and things like that, aren't in there, but it has all the major stories and all the major themes, and so it's crazy how much we've been reading it. We've also continued on with our AMP devotional in the morning, so that's going really well. I feel like the struggle, to be honest, in the family area has just been with Keaton lately. He's kind of going through a stage. He's about to turn 4 here in a couple of weeks, and he's just going through this stage where he's just, I don't even know how to describe it. I mean, he's not really rebellious. I wouldn't call it rebellious, but he's just very focused on what he wants to do and kind of disregards everything else. And so kind of working through him or working with him to understand that there are certain times we can do certain things, and but that's not all the time, and understanding that when mom or dad asks you to do something, like, you need to do it at that time. And then on the flip side, it's been a lot of learning about patience for me as well. And so yeah, it's kind of, I would feel like that's been a bit of a struggle. I haven't been as patient as I definitely can be or probably should be. But Katie and I have been talking a lot about that, coming up with different strategies, praying about it as well, of course, and going through trying to do a better job with that. And so I feel like overall things are going pretty well with family. I feel like that's the one area. Finances wise, we're kind of in the same place we were last week in terms of we've already tied for the month, and we've talked about been given the 11% versus the 10% that we've given in the past. We've also given to a few other things throughout the course of that, people in need and things and programs and stuff in need, and so definitely continuing on with that. We've kind of started, I mentioned, the remodel a little bit with getting going on the laundry room. Haven't had a lot of time to work on that as of late, but that'll be really kind of coming into fold once ski season's over and things kind of settle down on that side. And then just, overall with paying off student loans, we're continuing on with that. It's been really nice. That's kind of an interest-free time in the United States right now, and so we're taking advantage of that and really getting paid down on that as well. Also about to begin construction, hopefully here in the next month or two, on our garage being built in the back, and then refinance of the home to kind of use the equity of our home to pay off our debts and do some things like that. So really excited about what God's leading us to there and really making sure that we're stewarding what He's given us very well. Fourth area, so we've got faith, we've had fitness, we've had family. I didn't talk about fitness. I talked about family and I talked about finance. Fitness, sorry. Fitness-wise, that's, I would say last week was my worst week so far this year. I would typically work out 6 times during the week, and I only worked out 3. Of the 3 times that I missed, 2 of them were things came up at the time, last second, and I just didn't have time during the day to get to it. Because of that, in the normal time I was working out, I had to do other things. But to be honest, I'm not upset that I missed because the things I were doing were serving Katie and my family, and so I don't really feel too bad about that, to be honest. One time was just me not wanting to run in the snow on a Saturday morning when it was 20 degrees or 15 degrees out, and that was a choice. Looking back, I do regret that a little bit. Maybe I could have made time at a later point in the day or done something. I just chose not to, and so did fall a little short there. Healthy living wise though, so continuing on with our diet plan, we've got just under 3 weeks left with the plan, and so we're excited about where we're at. Katie's doing well with it as well, and we're doing a good job of holding each other accountable. And then final area, forgiveness. Feel like that is going okay. I feel like God's really starting to put some things in my path, some from my past and some in my current that I've really got to work on and addressing and making sure I'm truly going through the forgiveness process, and continuing on with that. And so, a lot going on in my life. It's just been a busy and crazy week. I'm going to try to do a better job of getting these videos out by Monday, which is always my goal, but not out till Thursday, but I am still completing it. So as I've mentioned before, I'm not perfect, but the goal is not to be perfect, it's to progress, to become more disciplined, and to become more faithful through that as God's called me to. So I hope everyone else is having a great week. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your guys' comments that you give and support and encouragement, and hopefully these videos and what I'm posting throughout this year is an encouragement for you, helps hold you accountable to your goals throughout 2021, and I just thank you guys for coming along on the journey. So I hope everyone has a great rest of the week, and I'll see you guys next week.